Hello and welcome to In Depth. I'm Tina Jha. Global consulting firm Mercer has ranked 231 cities for quality of living across the globe. The cities were assessed on factors like healthcare, education, public services, recreation, crime, housing, as well as personal freedom. The survey finds Austrian capital Vienna ranked the most livable city in the world for the 10th year in a row. Zurich, Switzerland's biggest city, follows in second place, while Auckland, Munich and Vancouver occupy the third spot jointly. Hyderabad and Pune are the top cities to live in India. Both cities are placed at 143rd spot among 231 cities globally. Which are the other Indian cities identified as the best to live in? Which cities have been identified the safest? And which are the ones where living standards have dropped due to economic and political instability? Let's find out today in depth. Quality of living is an essential component of a city's attractiveness for businesses. The latest survey by Mercer ranks cities on the basis of the environments that they offer. Around 20 to 30,000 expats live in India. They come from all over the world to live, work and study, with significant numbers from countries like Australia, the United Kingdom, the United States of America, Canada, France, Germany and the Netherlands. This year, 7 cities from India have made it to the list of top 231 global cities. Hyderabad and Pune are top ranked jointly. A survey by global consulting agency Mercer has ranked Hyderabad the best city to live in India for expatriates. The joint capital of Telangana and Andhra Pradesh has managed to retain its top position in India for the 5th year in a row. Hyderabad shares the position with Maharashtra's Pune, which is also ranked 143 in Mercer's Quality of Living Rankings 2019. In 2018, the two toppers were placed at 142, but their ranking dropped by 1 place this year due to relative movement of surrounding global cities. Both these cities are followed by Bengaluru, which bagged 149th rank. Chennai is ranked at 151st position, Mumbai at 154th, Kolkata 160th and New Delhi 162nd. Globally, Vienna topped the ranking for the 10th year running, closely followed by Zurich at the 2nd position. The latest Quality of Living ranking surveyed a total of 231 cities worldwide. 7 of them are from India.
So this report basically indicates how a city is livable. It takes into consideration various factors like infrastructure, environment, pollution, law and order situation. All these factors are taken into consideration. In fact, what Mercer does, it compares with the American standard. America, they make at 100%. Then they rate other countries.
The survey takes into account the following factors: recreation, public services and transport, socio-cultural environment, school and education, medical and health considerations, political and social environment, natural environment, housing, economic environment and consumer goods availability. The data was analysed between September and November 2018 and will be updated regularly to account for changing circumstances. In particular, the assessments will be revised to reflect significant political, economic and environmental developments. Mercer's Quality of Living rankings assists multinational organizations and governments to compensate employees fairly when placing them on international assignments.
If you have a sound healthcare system, if you have good infrastructure qualities, if the rights of citizens are respected and they are able to have freedom in their day-to-day living, if the crime rates are very low, and if the enforcement of law is guaranteed, if the security system is up to a standard level, then of course these are the factors that will go into telling us where do we stand in terms of our livability.
This year, Mercer also provided a separate ranking on personal safety and named Luxembourg the safest city in the world. With a global rank of 105, Chennai was named the safest city in India and Southeast Asia, followed by Hyderabad at 109th place. Syrian capital Damascus was ranked at the bottom at 231st place, while Bangui in the Central African Republic scored the second lowest, 230th place. This category considered cities' relationship with other countries, internal stability, crime levels, law enforcement, limitations on personal freedom, and also the freedom of the press. In addition to data on quality of living, Mercer's survey provides assessment for more than 450 cities across the world. Bureau Report, Rajya Sabha TV.
For the 10th year in a row, Vienna took the #1 spot as the most livable city in the Mercer rankings. It was followed by Zurich, with Auckland, Munich and Vancouver tying for the 3rd place.
Conducted annually, the Mercer survey analyzes living standards of cities as they are seen internationally to enable multinational companies and other organizations to suitably compensate their staff on international assignments. In the latest edition of their rankings, Vienna has been ranked the most livable city in the world for the 10th year in a row. The Austrian capital topped the new Mercer Quality of Living survey, whose 2019 ranking was dominated by European cities. 13 of the world's 20 best places to live are in Europe. Zurich, Switzerland's biggest city, came in 2nd place for overall quality of living, followed by Auckland, Munich and Vancouver in the joint 3rd place. New Zealand and Australia continue to rank highly in quality of living, with Auckland, Sydney, Wellington and Melbourne all remaining in the top 20.
The global consulting firm Mercer, it's a very reliable source of information, especially for industries, to tell us livability of cities. And when we say livability, it's very important to understand what does it mean. This concept is an American term used first in 1999 in the decade of 90s, and it tells us how much safe and livable a city is. So it takes into account not only the physical infrastructure, the focus is more on social infrastructure. The result of it, see the index, you find that Vienna is like the most livable city in the world, which is also the capital of Austria, and it's been like this since past 10 years. So it has certain template on the basis of which, and the factors that I told you, mostly focusing on the social aspects and also economic aspects, the law and order situation and all that, to assess where does each city stands.
In South America, Montevideo again ranked the highest for quality of living. In the UK, London was ranked the best city to live, coming the 41st place, followed by Edinburgh, Glasgow, Birmingham, Aberdeen and Belfast. In Africa, Port Louis was the city with the best quality of living and also its safest. It was closely followed by overall quality of living by the South African cities of Durban, Cape Town and Johannesburg. In Asia, Singapore has the highest quality of living, followed by the 5 Japanese cities of Tokyo, Kobe, Yokohama, Osaka, Nagoya, and then Hong Kong and Seoul. Dubai continues to rank highest for quality of living across the Middle East, closely followed by Abu Dhabi.
When you say how most livable, it should be affordable. You see, for example, there are other countries which are much more expensive, and if they are not very good livable in standard, for example, Paris is very expensive, all right. Japan, Tokyo is still expensive, but Japan gets priority, Tokyo gets priority over Paris, because all the factors as for living condition, law and order, traffic movement, public facilities, all these things consideration, in spite of being expensive. So all these factors have got an advantage. It is not only one factor, the cost of living, which determines that.
Mercer's annual index ranks 231 cities around the world on factors including political stability, crime, personal freedoms, healthcare, education, housing, recreation and public transport. Luxembourg was named as the safest city in the world, followed by Helsinki in Finland and Swiss cities of Basel, Bern and Zurich. The Middle East, safest cities are Dubai and Abu Dhabi. Damascus is the least safe city both in the Middle East and the world. In Africa, Port Louis is the safest city. Australia's major cities all rank within the top 50 for safety, with Auckland and Wellington topping the safety ranking, for Oceania in joint 9th place. For the first time this year, Mercer provided a separate rankings for personal safety following analysis of crime levels, law enforcement, personal freedom and freedom of the press. It has released a list of world's worst countries for quality of living. Baghdad in Iraq, Bangui in Central African Republic, Sana'a in Yemen, Port-au-Prince in Haiti, Khartoum in Sudan, N'Djamena in Chad, Damascus in Syria, Brazzaville in Congo, Kinshasa in Democratic Republic of the Congo, Conakry in Guinea. Mercer, a New York-based human resources consulting firm, isn't the only organization to produce an annual livability survey. The Economist Intelligence Unit does likewise and also rates Vienna as a number 1, ahead of Melbourne and Osaka. Bureau Report, Rajya Sabha TV.
In December last year, the Niti Aayog released reports assessing performance and ranking states and union territories on outcomes in critical sectors. To measure incremental annual outcomes in critical social sectors like health, education, water and sustainable development goals, the SDG India Index was released. A report on incremental progress made by 111 aspirational districts between June to October 2018 was also released. The Delta rankings measured the progress of these districts across 6 developmental areas: health and nutrition, education, agriculture and water resources, financial inclusion, skill development, as well as basic infrastructure. Let's analyze the Niti Aayog reports.
On 21st December 2018, Niti Aayog released the SDG India Index. The report comprehensively documented the progress made by states and union territories towards implementing the 2030 Sustainable Development Goals. The report classified Himachal Pradesh, Kerala, Tamil Nadu, Chandigarh and Puducherry as the top performing states and union territories in the country. The SDG India Index gave these states a score of 69 in social, economic and environmental terms.
We've created a SDG India Index, and this will tell you where the states are in all the SDG indices. All the Sustainable Development Goal indices will tell you where the states are. And our objective is that we should create a sense of competition among the states on all the SDG indices, and we should put the change as it takes place on a real-time basis.
According to the SDG India Index, Andhra Pradesh, Arunachal Pradesh, Chhattisgarh, Goa, Gujarat, Haryana, Jammu and Kashmir, Jharkhand, Karnataka, Madhya Pradesh, Maharashtra, Manipur, Meghalaya, Mizoram, Nagaland, Odisha, Punjab, Rajasthan, Sikkim, Telangana, Tripura, Uttarakhand, West Bengal, Andaman and Nicobar Islands, Dadra and Nagar Haveli, Daman and Diu, Delhi and Lakshadweep were among the performing states, while Assam, Bihar and Uttar Pradesh were placed in the category of aspirant states. On zero hunger parameters, Goa, Kerala, Manipur, Mizoram and Nagaland were the top performers. Among the union territories, Chandigarh took the lead with 68 points because of its exemplary performance in providing clean water and sanitation to people. According to the SDG India Index, the nation as a whole had a score of 58. The country managed to cross the halfway mark in meeting the Sustainable Development Goals.
So the aim of this report is to actually provide a tool to policymakers, to policy implementers in the states and UTs so that they know in which goal they are performing, whether they are performing well or whether they are very far from the SDG target, and also to spur competition among states and union territories so that they learn from the best practices of each other, because these SDG targets have to be achieved by the year 2030. So what is the relative preparedness and what is the relative performance of various states? This is actually a mirror for each one of us.
With this report, India also became the first country to present a report measuring SDG targets at a subnational level.
I have not yet seen any country around the world launch an index that is based on that level of methodological soundness and actual official data, as India has done. So if indeed you are the first, congratulations, India.
The SDG India took into account 13 out of 17 goals specified by the United Nations, which include healthcare, gender equality, clean energy, infrastructure, education and peace. States were monitored on real-time basis across 62 of 306 national indicators outlined by the United Nations. The first baseline report for 2018 was prepared with the support of United Nations in India. The index was part of Transforming Our World, the 2030 Agenda for Sustainable Development, which was adopted by 193 member countries at the historic United Nations General Assembly Summit in September 2015.
So when states are doing good in poverty eradication, when states are doing good in improving nutrition levels, in improving health services, in improving, let's say, access to water and sanitation, in improving industrial growth, in improving sustainable methods in climate adaptation facilities. So these are some of the areas, and in gender. So these are some of the areas, if states are doing well, they have got a good score. So if you see in the report, we have done a scoring between 0 to 100. So states who are falling in the category of 0 to 50, 0 to 49, they are have been categorized as aspirants. And these are the states where a lot of focus needs to be done. States like Bihar, Uttar Pradesh, like Assam. So these are the states which need a lot of focus, especially in certain goals which I could mention here, in health, in gender equality, in energy, in sustainable cities and urbanization, and in industrial growth. So these are some of the focus goals in which these states have got a score of less than 49, which is why they have been categorized in the aspirant category.
On 27 December 2018, Niti Aayog released the second Delta ranking of the Aspirational Districts program. The rankings were based on performances of 111 aspirational districts on 6 key parameters of health and nutrition, education, agriculture and water resources, financial inclusion, skill development and basic infrastructure. The rankings indicated that several districts have championed the development narrative in fundamental parameters of social progress. Virudhunagar in Tamil Nadu topped the list of districts that have shown the most improvement overall. Nuapada in Odisha was placed at the second spot. Siddharth Nagar in Uttar Pradesh stood third. Bihar's Aurangabad and Koraput in Odisha were at 4th and 5th places respectively.
Delta ranking means that we are capturing the progress, incremental progress made by them made by the districts between June 1st and October 31st. And these districts actually cover 111 districts of India. Out of, in 115 districts, 3 districts of West Bengal we are not taking because they are not. West Bengal is the only state which is not participating.
Several districts were also termed fast movers for showing great initiative and displaying a qualitative jump in their scores between June and October 2018. These included Kupwara in Jammu and Kashmir, Ranchi in Jharkhand, Siddharth Nagar in Uttar Pradesh, Jamui in Bihar and Fatehpur in Uttar Pradesh. The report also listed the districts that showed least improvement over the period of June to October 2018. These included Nagaland's Kifire district, Jharkhand's Giridih, Chatra in Jharkhand, Hailakandi in Assam and Pakur in Jharkhand. The Transformation of Aspirational Districts program was launched by Prime Minister Narendra Modi in January 2018 with an aim to quickly and effectively transform the districts that have shown relatively lesser progress in key social areas. Bureau Report, Rajya Sabha TV. Well, so that's it from us in today's edition of In Depth. We'll be back same time tomorrow with a focus on some other important subject. You can also watch our episodes online on YouTube and Twitter and send us your feedback and suggestions. Thank you very much for your time.